And you may find yourself in a beautiful house with a beautiful wife. And you may ask yourself,
well, how did I get here? Freedom is nice, wouldn't you say? I would. Going around on your fucking horse in Breath of the Wild, jumping off it, shooting a bitch in the face, and with the power of the arrow, that bitch is pushed into another bitch and they both fall off a cliff, and then you, still in midair, paraglide into the cliff and you see a big ass monster down there, so you just pull out your fucking weapon and you descend in an air attack. It's always great when that happens. And I feel that's the standard when people talk about great movement. Freedom. Mario Odyssey, you can throw your fucking cap, jump onto your cap, jump from your cap into the cap through again, and then from that you
project
with a... It's always great, I'm not gonna deny that. But I don't think that's the only good form of movement. I do think bad movement can be good movement. Yes, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. How'd you know? Anyway, stick around. I think we all like, Nah, that would be a lie. I do think a handful of people are fans of 3D Sonic. And of course we also got demented non-human beings who are huge fans of most 3D Sonic titles. I don't know how that's a thing. Let's analyze the Sonic Adventure type games. Sonic Adventure 1, Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic Heroes, and the movement there is just so goddamn clunky. You want to feel like you're going fast, but everything's just going against you. You turn a bit to the side, oh, you just did a complete 180. Crazy. And with that 180, you're just going all the way back. You don't know why. Maybe because you saw a little hot dog stand that seemed really homely and nice. But you're supposed to be progressing through the goddamn level, and the game just won't let you. I mean, it lets you, but you're constantly fighting it. If you can't get precise movement in a game where movement is key, that's not good movement. Let's not even get started on rails. I know attachment issues are a thing, but that doesn't mean you have to avoid me altogether. A game? I just want to go down some rails so I can progress to the level, but it's always goddamn coin toss if I actually get in there or not. It's bullshit. And then there's also, still in Sonic Heroes, I'm talking mostly about that, fucking pinball levels. Level with X, where you can never get a full idea of what the heck is happening. Sure, there's logic to it, but it's never made clear. And so in these games where you're supposed to feel fast and high on speed, I don't know if speed is done like this. It's like, I know, I'm not a junkie. You just don't feel powerful. And that's where Oddworld comes in. The context behind Oddworld is that you're this, little, adorable, beautiful fella called Abe, who just found out that the company, the food processing company, what the fuck do I call it? Factory, let's say. Food processing factory.
That he works for.
Their next invention is your friends. They already led a species to extinction. Others are on their way. And you guys are next! Hey babe, you better shut the fuck up before I eat your ass. Yes, I'll take the ass, please. Thank you. And now, you gotta GTFO out of there and release your friends. And preferably also destroy the goddamn factory. And if it isn't obvious by the dude's design, let's get him off the screen. Bitch kinda frail. This might be too big a task for you. And the gameplay showcases that by having everything go against you. Except, unlike the Sonic games I mentioned, this time it's intentional. You're a weak pleb. And so what the game does is be extremely difficult. It's pretty difficult. With really difficult puzzles, you dying in just one hit, bite, taking off a leg, whatever the game's feeling at that point. And when you jump or do those kinds of actions, there's some input delay. But it's intentional and constant. And the moment you notice it, you start to get used to it. And as you start getting used to it, it starts becoming fun. Just the simple act of timing your jumps correctly while you're running away from some scary motherfucker, it's fun. It still retains the feeling that the world is out to get you, but you can have some fun with it too. I would not have the game any other way. And also the art direction is great, the sound design is great, the voice acting is phenomenal. I really like the game. If you're one of the 12 people that played it, great, share with your friends. Another game where it seems like the world is out to get you, and it's beautiful, is Shadow of the Colossus. The movement is very animation based. Instead of the game saying you walk certain steps and animations match, it's the other way around. Animation does thing, and steps gotta match. And that can be kind of a problem. Not here though. Not only does it have really wide spaces that you never feel like that element of the gameplay is going against you, the physics are also bonkers. And mixed with that floaty feeling the movement brings out, it really elevates the confrontations with the goddamn Colossus. You really feel the might and imponence of these majestic creatures that you're fighting in this Goliath versus little people situation. It's great, it's beautiful. I wouldn't have it any other way. But I do hate it most of the times when shit's animation based. Case in point, a game I would respect into oblivion if it wasn't for the fact that I cannot play the story missions due to how, I'ma say, awful the movement is. And that game is The Witcher 3. Yeah, shut the fuck up. Sit now, sit. Let Papa explain. Sure, the world is beautiful. It's awe-inspiring what the team was able to do, being, not AAA. But I can't play the story missions, man. Geralt's just so stiff. But at the same time, if you move the joystick just a little bit, the dude's off from Europe to goddamn Mexico to drink some margaritas with his new pal Juan, el potro que chupa el perro. And I don't want that. Sure, I intend to visit Mexico someday, and I did love the Holy Mountain. Phenomenal movie, but I'm here now. So stop going against the fucking walls. Why do I say I can't play the story missions specifically? Because those are the ones that bring me indoors. And indoors, the camera just tells me, fuck you, you can't look where you want, I'm gonna be really close to you like a clingy piece of shit. And if you try to take one step, you'll go against the wall. Turn, go against another. Turn just a slight bit, go against another. Another slight bit, you're back in Mexico. I'm not a fan of the movement in The Witcher 3. I love everything else about it. That's why I put 20 hours into it, but... No! The combat's also kinda boring. Dodge attack, dodge attack. Oh, use potions. Do you need them? No. Dodge attack, dodge attack, dodge attack, dodge attack. Next on we have something all modern Nintendo fans can relate to, I feel. Drifting controls. You're trying to go through the X-axis, and the game just says, nah, we're going Y today. Few things are as annoying as you're trying to hit that specific rock in Animal Crossing, and then... Oh, you just digged right next to it. Oh, your shovel broke? Because of this thing you had no control over? Oh... Thank you, and you just gotta be way more precise than you should. That's just annoying. Except when it's, say with me, intentional. I love fixed camera angle games with tank controls. I really do. They seem to have gotten the rap of they're just outdated and a product of its time and limitations of the time. Shit, so are 2D platformers. Doesn't mean I'll stop playing Donkey Kong Country 2 anytime soon. Because people look at, say, the early Resident Evil games and overlook how they're supposed to function as these puzzle games of sorts. You walk into a room, you're not supposed to just shoot every motherfucker in town. That's why they limit your bullets. But you're not supposed to be able to dodge them that well either. You gotta plan everything out. You enter a room and see, say, 3 zombies, and super quickly you gotta figure out the best way to approach the situation. Are you gonna shoot that one to stun them, and then you sprint past and go up the stairs or some shit? Who knows, maybe you want to go the other way around, so better to shoot that other one, kill if you want, conserve those bullets, and go through that other door. But you gotta be fast about it, and that just would be lost if not for how imprecise, I'll clarify, the tank controls really are. Why do I need to clarify it? Because they're precise as shit. With fixed camera angles, that's the only way you can play. Try playing the remake of the first Resident Evil with the fucking 3D controls or 2D control, I don't know how they call them, where you go in the direction you point. You just cannot do it. The camera's always changing, you're just getting bit. Camera changes, your movement changes. Tank controls, no. You press forward, you're moving forward. You just need to change the directions. And the moment you get used to it, it becomes fun as fuck. I have as a personal philosophy that if someone says you get used to it and it becomes okay, then that's not good. Yet, if it gets fun the moment you get used to it, then it's A-okay in my book. And I do believe this is an example of such.
They just don't make them fixed cameras.
The atmosphere these shots bring is second to none. I do think Resident Evil 2 Remake is infinitely inferior to the original because of atmosphere. The way that the game approaches atmosphere is just, there are lights here, oh now it's dark. Sure, it's fun, and I do quite like that game. But I'd much rather play the original Resident Evil 2, just saying. I don't think I'm forgetting anything else, right? I spoke of Oddworld, I spoke of Shadow of the Colossus, I spoke of Resident Evil 1 and 2, mostly 2. Am I forgetting? Oh! Resident Evil 4 is a complete fucking masterpiece, and everything about its gameplay is perfect. No, you cannot contest. it's impossible. In shooters, most modern shooters at least, you can walk while you aim. They may hinder your aim, it may become less precise, with the pointer instead of being fixed, going Parkinson on your ass. But you can still move, and it becomes easier to be aware of your surroundings, or at least deal with your surroundings that way. Resident Evil 4, pretty much the granddaddy of third-person shooters, says, that's funny. If you're aiming, you cannot move, but if you stop aiming, you take a little bit of time. So you don't want to stop aiming just yet, you want to get rid of the bitches that are coming for you. But turning is just so slow, but just slow enough that you feel the tension. It's not like the game's actually fully trying to get you. It's fair. And why is it fair? Most times when enemies are running towards you, they tend to slow down the moment they close in on you, giving you that extra fair chance at survival. Meaning, your asshole's getting completely clenched because the mofos be closing in, but you still cannot complain. You still got complete chances of survival there. Just shoot the important motherfuckers, run, and try again. And, just to make it even better, as a way to compensate for you not being able to move, you get so many ways to approach the enemies. Sometimes they throw shit at you, you can shoot the thing they threw, and avoid damage. You can shoot them in the head and they can either get a critical hit and just die there, or get stunned. You close in on them, press a button prompt, and you kick everyone around, and you're pretty much invulnerable during those times. Risk and reward. You can also shoot them in the kneecaps and get pretty much the same idea. Resident Evil 4 is so fucking perfect, really. Even the quick time events are nice. I always come back to this game and I know exactly why. It's marvelous, and the way it uses lack of freedom in movement is one of the reasons. So yeah, freedom in gameplay is great, but lack of it can be just as good, or sometimes better, if used correctly. Thank you and good night.